Hello everybody, Tom from Flagstone, Canada, and I'm the co-founder of the community called Coffee Down Community. Today I would like to share an opportunity where a member of us shared a question. And again, we will, in the following few, say 4 to 7 minutes, I will explain to you what is the question and what is our recommendation and what is the lesson we learned together. So let's get started. First of all, what is the question? So the question is, our member has this tenant stays in her place for her house, the rental place, for about 3 years already. Good tenants pay rent on time, taking care of the property. The rent starts say around 1,500, and in this 3 years period, it's been increased, I believe, once, up to $1,600. So the question is, now it's time to renew again. Do we increase the rent or not to 1,700? Well, it is our recommendation below, and definitely it is for your reference, but here is what we will do if this is our property. And the answer is simple: no, we do not increase the rent at all. And here's our two good reasons. First, let's look at the number. The numbers tells you you should absolutely not increase the rent. And the first number you need to think about is what we call in economic basic one-to-one is called exception profit or expected profit. Basically, it tells you if tenant agreed this change or the rent increase, how much you can make in the next 1 year. But if he or she does not renew the lease because she simply feel the price was too high for them to swallow, then they will leave. Now what? You'll lose this money. So the expected profit in this particular case is actually very simple. Basically, it's $100 increase you think you might get times by 12 months. But the possibility of them to sign or not sign is basically 50-50. So really, at the end, the expected profit in this one move is about $600. So now let's look at what could be the risk that is likely caused by this particular issue. There are actually three. Number one, let's say the tenants move out. What happened next? You got to find a new one. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I can simply find by myself. Don't forget, there is so-called time cost. You think your time is not going to cost any money. That is not the case, unfortunately. Your time is actually worth more than you think. However, let's just, for the argument's sake, saying, okay, you save the amount of money by hiring a property manager, and that amount is about, say, 1 month's rent, give or take, say, $1,700. And that is the cost, regardless you hire the people or not. If you hire, you pay. If you don't, you pay time, and that time at least worth that amount, if not more. So that is the number one cost. Number two cost is what we call the vacancy. Depending on the economic situation, you might be in a very good economic situation, you might be not. However, we all know it takes time to find a proper tenants. So for 1 month vacant, it is something you should expect it. And that's what we call reasonable estimate in terms of the cost. So vacancy, say 1 month, is about another $1,700. And very last, let's say you are lucky, 1 month later you got new tenants move in. What happened next? A lot of people didn't realize when you have a brand new people move into this brand new house, there is what we call the time you need to get used to each other. And you might go right, you might go wrong. and there's a lot of extra efforts and time you need to put in so that this new clients will become a very good one and they start to enjoy. And that cost is going to be also is a dollar value you can give. Let's say it is another 1700. So if you add them all together, the number is very clear. The potential risk that you are going to lose is about 5 grand in this one move. And what you can possibly gain, $600. So that is very clear picture, hopefully by number we showed you to make you start to think a little bit differently. And the second reason, as we know, the principle of what we promoted, the rental long-term rewarding program, is like a farmer. You treat rental property like a tree or like a plant. You behave like a farmer. You provide care and nurture this tree and this plant when needed, but do not disturb it. By increased rent in this very small amount, you basically are disturbing this whole growing peaceful harmony process. When this been disturbed and you re-establish it again, you are going to add very little value, if none, to this whole growing process. So to sum up, the lesson we learned from this case I think are going to be two things. In the life, there are always small profit and a big profit. It is very easy to see right in front of your eyes, but you also need a vision to see the big gain in the long term. And that is what we are trying to show everybody in this case. And secondly, many times in investment, doing nothing or let the whole process take its own turn naturally is more important than anything else. So trying to do nothing many times in rental properties is going in the long-term rental strategy is going to be one of the best thing you can do. So if you like our videos, please feel free to subscribe underneath. Thank you very much.